Hello there folks, it is TIJ Gaming and welcome back to Conquering the Euro on Football Manager 2021. Today, it is time for episode 6 of Season 6 and the first knockout round of the Champions League against Paris Saint-Germain. It's fair to say I didn't expect to get here, so we're going to play the football we usually play. We're going to play an attacking style of football and see where that gets us. And then later on in the episode, we face a trip much closer to home, but quite a way away still, to St James's Park in Newcastle for a match against Newcastle United. Now, we've only played 3 games since you guys have last been with me, and we've had a fairly good run. Disappointing match in Merseyside derby. We went and lost 3-0 to Liverpool. By all accounts, we were in the game. We were fairly comfortable, probably 50-50 possession. But Liverpool just seemed to have a lot more chance. You can see the possession was very comparable, pass completion very comparable. But for some reason, we just couldn't get into the final third, and we didn't use our possession nearly as well as Liverpool. They had 29 shots and just outplayed us. We then went and beat Manchester City, which was brilliant. Really good result at Goodison Park. We took the lead early on, courtesy of Deji Satona. Florentino Luis scored for Man City in the 70th minute. And I suppose you could say we got a bit lucky. We got a penalty and converted it with Alex Iwobi, but still a very valuable 3 points. And we followed that up with a match that I thought this is going to be the typical Sheffield United derby, etc, etc game. Albion, bottom of the league. They came to Goodison to get a 0-0 draw, and that's very nearly what they got until Ryan Hill scored from a corner and Alex Iwobi finished the rout in the 94th minute. So if you look at the Premier League, it's going well for us. A few games ago, 23 matches in, ourselves, Arsenal and Man City were all on 40 points. Obviously, we've won our 2 games. Man City lost against us and haven't done well since. So at the moment, we're in a comfortable 5th place, I would say. And Chelsea also lost their last game at the weekend against Sheffield United. So we're only 2 points away from 4th. And if we win our game in hand, only 1 point away from 3rd. So it's going to be tight. I think we've played a lot of our difficult games now. We've played Chelsea, Liverpool and Man City in the last 5. Our next 5 includes Newcastle, Tottenham, Brighton, Leeds and Watford. I'd be looking to get 12 points out of those 4 games, I think. And in terms of the big 6, we're not playing any of them after Tottenham until we play against Arsenal and Manchester United at the end of the season. But let's get into the match against PSG. We didn't make any transfers in January whatsoever. Jordan Pickford's a bit grumpy because his transfer was blocked to Manchester United. Funnily enough, after the last episode and talking about, or it might have been the episode before, talking about David De Gea, he's actually now left the club and they wanted Pickford as a backup. They wanted to pay 25 million for him, which is more than acceptable. But I thought Pickford's been really good for us. He has. He's played very, very well for us as Jordan Pickford. I bet this will prove me wrong. No, it proves me right. He's got an average rating of just over 7. He had an average rating of just over 7 last year. That's exactly what we're looking for. I think that playing cash cow, particularly at this side of the season, might be a bit dangerous. But as I said, we're going to go for the style of play we usually play. The normal lineup, really. We've got Henry Lawrence in at right back because our normal choice, Valentino Livramento, is injured. All the normal players, really, apart from maybe Robin van den Berg, who's picked up a niggle. And I've got a bit of a niggle, a bit of a gripe myself about Robin van den Berg. He's not been great at all lately. He hasn't scored since he scored against Norwich, and before that, scored against Villa. And I think the problem is that we're playing him a bit too much out on the right. And truth be told, I haven't got time to look through all of this, but I think when he plays out on the right, he doesn't do brilliantly at all. So it might be worth trying to play him up front, but the problem is we've got a plethora of options up front. That is the one issue. We've got too many options, really. We've got Lorenzo, Van den Berg, Reece Nelson, Deji Satona, Sam Atkinson. We've also got Josh Hope out on loan at Leicester. We've got a lot of options up front, almost too many options. Reece Nelson played very well last year, got 20 goals for us, but he's struggling to get that form back. So for today's match against Paris Saint-Germain, it's Sam Atkinson who plays up front and Reece Nelson on the right. But apart from that, it's the usual team. And one player that played a lot earlier on in the season and maybe misses out a little bit is Marcus Edwards, who's lacking match sharpness a bit. He's had a few injuries and he's struggling to get back to full fitness. But as I said, we're going to play as we normally do. We didn't expect to get here, and why not? I think we're going to be harsh with the lads. We're going to motivate them. We're not going to think how I'm thinking, because if we just say, go out and do what you want, inevitably we're going to lose. I'm going to just say I expect you to get a good result to give us a chance in the second leg. Let's send our assistant to that one today. Paris Saint-Germain are a very good side, but we did beat them with Nice. Obviously, this game has the, not the complexion, the what's it called? The complicated note, I suppose, of it being over 2 legs. We've got the home leg first. I don't know if I'm happy about that or not. I think unless we defend very, very, very well, there is the inevitability somehow of conceding at least 1 away goal. But again, let's just go and play how we usually do and see how we go. And Deji Satona, with the first highlight within the first 10 seconds, it could do with the ball going the other side of the post a bit more often for Deji. But we've beaten Man City here in the last few matches. You could quite compare Everton to Paris Saint-Germain to Manchester City quite easily. We've already had 4 shots, albeit none of them really troubling the goalkeeper because our XG is only 0.1. But we are dominating possession, 54% of it at the moment. Good pass completion rate. Not the most exciting game at the moment, but it is brilliant to be here. It really is. I didn't think we'd get through the group stages, given that Real Madrid and Inter Milan were both in there, but Real Madrid had an absolutely disastrous time. So we're here, we're going to do as well as we can, and I think we've had a bit of an unlucky draw, to be honest, and that's not going to help. Erling Haaland getting the first goal of the game for PSG. You can see he's on fire this year. He's scored 18 goals before that. A bit of a tame effort, really, to be honest. I'm a bit disappointed with this, how we couldn't really do much of it. They were just passing it along the box, all happily, merrily, and we didn't really put enough pressure on. And you might suggest that maybe Pickford could have got to that, but I might be being a bit harsh, I don't know. If we can get a goal back straight away, I'll be very happy with that. Zakaria puts it out wide to Henry Lawrence. Henry Lawrence, can he beat the defender? Passes it to Nelson, to Lewis Bate, who gets his only 2nd goal of the season with a lovely strike there. The goalkeeper fell to sleep a little bit, it seems, but if it's coming at you at that sort of pace, you are going to struggle to stop it. It was Zakaria who started the move, but Lawrence made a good decision here not to try and hoof it into the box. Nelson with the good ball, and he sees Bate in lots of space, and Bate did very well to put it in to the net. So it's 1 each. We've got our goal back. We're looking pretty good here, to be honest. If anything, I think we're actually the better side. Interesting. Lawrence to Bate. Bate puts it in. Deji Satona just over the bar. That's why I said that it was a good decision not for Lawrence to cross early, because I do think we struggle with converting from crosses. We're not very good in the heading department, apart from our centre-backs, obviously, from corners, but they're not going to be up there when we're on a normal, sophisticated attack. Let's just hope they don't make it 2-1 before half-time, because 2 away goals, and things start to come tricky. Ben Godfrey, poor, very poor ball from Ben Godfrey. I don't know what he was doing there. He could have just held onto the ball a bit longer, and if that leads to a goal, I know whose fault it is. Dodo runs through, but luckily doesn't make anything of it at all. And at half-time, it's level. We'll say, I suppose, we've been happy with the performance, just so we can motivate the players. It's nothing like a happy set of players out on the pitch, is there? And to be fair, it's been fairly level. Neither side being particularly clinical. The XG rating's sort of 0.4 for each side, so nothing too exciting. But both sides matching each other really at the moment. Deji Satona is a little bit tired, so I think it would probably be wise to bring Alex Iwobi on at this point. See how he gets on for the last half an hour. Again, another good play. We've got a lot of good players here, but the likes of Iwobi, the likes of Nelson are aging a little bit now. So the likes, again, of Sam Atkinson and Lorenzo and, of course, Robin van den Berg are the players we're looking to probably build on for the future. I'm going to bring off Denis Zakaria now for... We're going to bring... do I bring Connor Cody on? No, I think we'll bring Ismael Gutierrez on to provide that bit of experience. And I think it'd be wise just for us to sit back a bit now. At 1 each, I guess... I was going to say Real Madrid there. I guess Paris Saint-Germain do take the advantage going into the second leg. But crucially, we're still in it. And arguably, you could argue that we should have won that match maybe. But again, we didn't do too badly at all. I'll take a 1 each. Our defenders played well. Our attackers played well. And I'll just say we were unlucky. Rather than playing very well, we were unlucky because we should have really won that match. But again, there's no need getting too nasty about it. Liverpool and Atletico Madrid also drew 1 each. It's going to be tricky to go to the Parc des Princes and get a result, but let's see what we can do. And even better news tonight, maybe not for those watching the Premier League, but Villa and Chelsea only got a draw. So if we can win this next match against Newcastle, it's not how it works necessarily with the games in hand, but if we can keep winning, effectively, okay, maybe goal difference might be our issue, but nevertheless, in terms of points, we could be level pegging with Chelsea, and we could end up finishing third yet this season. I suppose you never know. As I said, maybe we could have done a bit more there. I don't know if PSG are going to be a lot better than at home, but we'll see that in the next episode. But for now, let's go away to St James's and see if we can get 3 points out of the Magpies. So we've travelled up to St James's and we've picked a bit of a different team today. We've made a few changes, but it's just to keep some players in the loop and stop them complaining that maybe they're not getting some game time. So Pat Mayer comes in at right back. We've got Gutierrez coming in place of Zakaria in the midfield. Ryan Hill comes in for Reece Nelson on the right. We talked about him earlier. He's a player that did play well against West Brom. Only played 15 minutes, but got the crucial goal. And I'm going to give him a full match today to see how much he's made of. He's a good player, but because we've got so much out there on the wings and up front, it's tricky to get players like this into the squad. But you can see some of his physicals are frighteningly good. And then we've got Iwobi on the left and Vandenberg comes in up front. I said that I'd like to play Vandenberg up front a bit more. And, you know, something like a hat-trick today wouldn't do him any harm because he's been on a bit of a poor run, and I guess you can start to question maybe whether signing him for £91 million is a good thing. But ultimately, it's not all down to this year. If he stays as an Everton player for all of his career, Everton get 10-15 years out of him and hopefully a prosperous 10-15 years out of him. But let's see how we get on against Newcastle today. We've already had a match between Liverpool and Manchester United. Liverpool won that 2-0. So it's all very confusing because we've got 2 games in hand in effect now. Obviously this one taking it down to 1. But if we win our 2 games in hand, we're only 8 points behind Liverpool, which, you know, we're not too far off if we can get a good run of form together. And that is a beautiful finish from Robin Vandenberg. He's not been in great form, but that is the sort of thing that he can do. I thought that one was going wide, to be brutally honest. Let's have a look at this again. So Iwobi puts a very good ball, actually, to Robin. Robin finding a lot of space. First touch, a bit of curve on the shot, and how close do you want to get to the post? He was aiming for the post there and just come near to the post, very near to the post, and did very well, to be honest. And he's made it 1-0. So let's see if we can capitalise on that now. But it's Newcastle on the attack. John Joe Kenny, I presume that is, on the right. Almeida boots it out. Good stuff from him. Iwobi gets the ball straight back. Poor clearance, really, from the Newcastle defender. What can we make of this? Alex Iwobi gets dispossessed by Sean Longstaff. Newcastle don't look too bad here, but Iwobi's doing a very good job out there on the left. Really is to stop Newcastle getting a counter-attack underway. Lewis Bates shoots! After the last match, can you forgive me for thinking he might have put that into the corner of the net? Possibly, but 57% of possession, not too bad at all. Half an hour in nearly here. I do worry about the regularity of these Newcastle attacks because we could be giving something away, but a good tackle from Ismael Gutierrez. Ryan Hill out on the right. He beats 2 defenders there. Very strong. What can he do? He puts it into the box for Alex Iwobi. And Ryan Hill did a fantastic job there. He made the goal. It wasn't the prettiest, I suppose. It wasn't all nice little flicks and fancy talk to get past the defenders. But he did his job out on the wing. Maybe not as wide as you might think he'd be. But nevertheless, he put a good ball in. A nice low cross. Iwobi was in space. Iwobi did the rest. Finished and made it 2-0. This looks like it should be a comfortable win against Newcastle now. And this is what we're looking for against some of the, don't shoot me Newcastle fans, some of the lesser teams in the league. We finished 4th last year. We're on course to finish in the top 6 this year. We are, I think now, a top 6 club. And any other top 6 club would look to win every match against the lesser sides. And that's exactly what we're trying to do. Some brilliant news I can see from Tottenham at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium that they're losing 2-0 to Villa. So, once again, we can take advantage if they lose today's match and go 2 points clear of them in 3rd if things go well for us. And this is a good chance to try and rebuild our goal difference as well if we can take the victory today by a few. But Newcastle might have something else to say about that if they want to fight back into the game. Kenny into the box and Bruno Tabata makes it 2-1. We have got Casco in the net, actually. I don't think I actually mentioned that. But we've given Jordan Pickford a break. He's played a lot of games recently. And we'll see what Casco is made of. We'll make a few changes now. We'll put Lawrence on for Juan Larios, who looks a bit tired after a long run of games. We'll put Iwobi in the middle and rest Lorenzo. We'll bring Nelson on and play Nelson on the left. As I've said prior, he hasn't really recovered his form since before he got injured, which is a shame. But there are other players in the squad that are doing well. Seems like a good game at Tottenham. Villa now 3-2 up. Ryan Hill running on the right. What can he do? He shoots. Nearly does it all. Again, just the finish. He was going to struggle there to come to the far post and score. But no, Ryan Hill did a decent job there. Good to see one of our youngsters doing well. But that is not what we want to see. And I jinxed that. I jinxed it by saying that we can increase our goal difference, all that rubbish. And Newcastle have made it 2 each. Well, let's just hope we can get a goal back. Lawrence, Iwobi. Iwobi back to Gutierrez. I mean, surely Newcastle can't go and win this now. That would really be a facepalm moment. Gutierrez. We've got a sustained attack going on here. We just need to make the most of it. Bate. Hill puts it wide to Lawrence. Lawrence, what can he do? Back to Gutierrez. Oh, Ishmael Gutierrez nearly with a thunderbolt into the back of the net. And we're going to bring Ryan Hill off. He's played well today, but we want someone else up front to see what they can do. And again, this would be a real case of 2 points dropped if we can't win this match. Really would. We are drawing a bit too often this year, and again, it's just, if other sides are struggling, then it really is 2 points lost. It might be 3 though. Oh, Gutierrez blocks the shot. Newcastle come out after half-time, have done very well, and it seems maybe it should have been the complacent team talk we should have given them. Not we're happy with them, because it'll be very different after this. If Newcastle ever go and win this, I'll be horrified. But Newcastle have been the better side today in terms of their XG. They've had the better chances, and they deserve a point. And that is really 2 points dropped for us. So I'm not happy with that at all. I'm going to tell the players exactly what I feel. I'm not happy with the performance out there. We shouldn't lose a 2-point lead. Yeah. That is a bit of a concern. We should be doing better, because we have got Tottenham next, and it's a big chance. I accept that. But lose against Tottenham, we're back to square one again. We're just back to square one again of trying to build points, and playing the team that are catching up never is fun. Definitely is 2 points drop there. Really is. That's frustrating. But in the next episode, we'll come back for the match against PSG, the second knockout round again, the second knockout leg against PSG, and we'll probably come back for the Leeds match, because Leeds seems to be playing well. They're in 7th in the Premier League, so that could be a banana skin for us. But we've got Tottenham, which will be a tough game. We could do with getting 3 points out of that, which I think we will at Goodison. And then we've got Brighton at home as well. So I'm aiming for 6 points out of that one. Leeds will be tough, but hopefully we can go and beat them. And then we'll see the PSG match in the next episode. If you've enjoyed that, make sure to leave a like down below, comment your thoughts as well, and subscribe for regular Football Manager content. Apart from that, that's it from me today. I've been CIJ Gaming. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye for now.